What's going on, everyone? How we doing? Hope you're all well. Recently added another 200k to my portfolio, so I got past a 200k FTMO. Just wanted to go through it and I wanted to show you some insights and values from that. Full size this screen, sit back, let's go through some stuff. Going to be tons of value in this video and things that if you pay attention to, they're going to help you. If you're not following my Twitter, by the way, do me a favor, go and follow. Twitter's got a great community, solid bunch of people, some incredible traders, incredible content creators. Whether you're into trading or you want to just meet like-minded people, whatever it is, it's a very good community so far. Touch wood. I know people do get inspiration from this stuff and people are curious as to how I now trade. Obviously dialed things back to the 15M, cut out a lot of the noise, removed a hell of a lot of the things I'd once learned, and just really stripped things back to a more mechanical, systematic approach. So obviously I started the challenge. You can see when I started the challenge, I actually started this challenge and I took 2 trades. I scaled in on one as well, and I took quite a heavy slip. There was a small news event on TradingView. I didn't really pay much attention to it, and it took me out. I got slipped, so I was down about just over 2%, like 2.5%. I then took another L, again went down, and then from then onwards, as you can see, nice steady equity curve. I took the extension, so I got the 2-week extension. So I started this mid-March, got the extension, and I literally utilized all the time possible to pass this because the way I trade now is more disciplined, right? We can see this consistency score. You can see the equity curve. A lot of people's equity curves look like some kind of freaking heart rate monitor after you've been for a run. Sort of down, they're up, they're down, they're up, they're down. It's like you've gone on a freaking marathon running and your heart rate's all over the gaff. You know, you want that nice steady equity curve. No home runs, no over risking, no ridiculous stuff. So I passed this with 1% risk on all trades. You know, pretty much doing 2 to 3% TPs. Now, people say you can't pass challenges with 2 to 3%. I disagree. The proof is in the pudding. Many people do it. I think it comes to the fact that maybe 2-3% when you take a lot of losses, you can't do it. Therefore, you need to work on eliminating your losses and eliminating the time that you're spending in the market in the first place. Also, the time frame you enter on could have a massive factor on that, and the amount of trades and pairs that you trade overall. Those people that say you can't risk 1%, I don't know why. Unless you obviously take a lot of trades, then fair enough. If you're not comfortable with that, people's mind always goes to, if I risk 1%, I've only got 10 losses. And I've never really understood that, because if you're going into a challenge with supposedly confidence, but you're saying you've only got 10 losses, you're already being negative and saying you're going to fail before you've even started. So what about you only need to win 2 or 3 trades to pass? Like, that's how you should be thinking of it, not the other way. So for me, if you are thinking that way, maybe dig into why you're thinking like that in the first place, because it's very negative and you're basically making that happen. You're making it a thing before even doing it, and you're only focused on the bad. And it's funny how the mind naturally will gravitate towards negatives first, and they're called error thoughts. And this is where it comes to the beliefs you have of yourself and your identity. And obviously this is massive for me from Rewired, and I cannot stress enough to all of you watching, if you invest in something, rather than going and buying £1,000 challenges week after week after week to fail them, to hurt yourself more, to lose money, to put yourself in a worse position, I would save the grand, the 500 quid or whatever it is, I would save it and I would go and invest in something like Rewired, because I promise you, if you do the work, it will help you. It will change the way you see yourself, the way you conduct yourself, and funny enough, that portrays into our trading every single day. So I actually took the extension, and it's one thing I recommend everyone do if you're taking things like FTMO, TFF, My Forex Funds. They do offer extensions provided you're in profit before, like, I think the last 3 days of the end date. So it's always worth, if you're up 5%, there's no trades coming. The classic thing you're told, or I certainly was told before, or did, was, oh, just go and find a trade from somewhere and just get it done. But the problem is that correlates to them creating a bad habit, which will then formulate later down in the line in your trading. And let's say then you do it on 100k, you get away with it, but then you get to 1 million and then this bad habit creeps in sometimes. That's when you'll lose everything and you'll jeopardize yourself because you've started to do bad things. And it's like, it's going off plan and taking a trade that works. It's one of the worst things you can do, because when it works, you're like, yeah, but it worked. And you could tell someone that trade's not valid to the plan or the system, but they'll go, but it worked. And their ego will take control and go, I was right, you weren't, I'm going to do me. Only to then find that every other trade they take like that is a loss. And if you're someone that doesn't have the discipline to stick to your system and actually execute with conviction when it comes, then you're going to have a big problem. My system hasn't appeared, I'm not going to do anything. And I've waited this, especially April, it's been a lot quieter for me. I'm literally like 4 trades in, 1 free, lost 1. Finished the month for 6%. But people are like, oh yeah, I can't wait that long, can't wait a week. Why not? Why can't you wait a week? That thought is stupid. Like, it's generally stupid. The fact you're saying you can't wait a week is why you are where you are. And again, this goes back to digging into your identity, your beliefs, and all these things come from you actually admitting that you have something to fix. So shout out to Ibby, because he put it probably a lot more meticulous than I'm going to say it. But if you look at a car, for example, a car has like warning lights, you have engine management, fuel light. If you have a fuel light, for example, and it comes on, it's telling you the car needs fuel, right? Now, if you ignore that, you'll break down. Pretty simple, right? You will break down because you've ignored the warning light. So trading, and let's say prop firms or data gathering, which I hope you're all doing, and journaling, is your warning. The market's giving you a signal to say, hey man, you are doing this on repeat, and if you do not fix this, it's going to keep happening. You are too proud to admit that you have perhaps a warning signal, so you choose to ignore it. You put some duct tape over it and you crack on with your day thinking, it's not me, I'll be fine, it was just a loss. It was just a bad moment. Or you celebrate passing something because you went off plan and you just wanted to get it done because you wanted the certificate, because you then wanted the validation, right? So these things have a negative connotation because the longer you ignore it, the problem gets bigger and bigger, and eventually it leads to breaking. People are throwing thousands and thousands of dollars at challenges and they haven't actually got any competence that they're going to pass it or belief, but they hope if they fluke it. Like, people are that dumb enough to pay people to pass a challenge for them, to then get given the credentials to then blow it up. It makes zero sense that you would give someone your hard-earned money for starters on a challenge, and then you would give someone your hard-earned money to pass that challenge for you, and then you're going to have the audacity to go, yeah, I can trade, get that live account, fail, and rather than admit you've got a problem and you need to dig into it, you will go and purchase another one and you will go and get someone to pass it again. And you will fail to execute on the problem in hand, which is you, and you will pass the blame because it's easier than it is to take responsibility, do some work, and move forward. I took a couple of months off from trading live properly, made no money, and I reevaluated everything and worked out a proper plan of action, invested in myself through getting rewired, changed my entire trading system because I realised to get to where I want to get to, there were things in the way and there were limitations and I needed a fresh start. In doing that, I cannot describe to you how confident and how competent I feel that I'm not yet a 7-figure trader, but I already know I am going to be and feel like I am one. And it's funny because I'm recording this video on Friday, the 28th of April. I would normally record my videos on the Monday, but I said to myself, I will pass this FTMO this week and I will share it on a video because I know there's a lot of value I can share with it. I waited until Thursday. I was in London having lunch and I hit TP on the trade I took that fit my system to a T. There was no deviation. There was no hokey cokey. I took a little fluky trade. It fit the plan to a T. That's the difference between a disciplined, consistent trader and someone who is literally looking for a dopamine hit and is addicted to trading. And if you're addicted to trading, you're in a bad way. These no time limit firms won't save you either, because if you are consistently doing the same thing and you're failing to honor that you're the problem, you will not get anywhere. I cannot stress enough how important Rewired was for me on that part of the journey. There's a link in the description. There's always been a link in the description. It's one of the first links. Go and click it. Do some research. If you've got questions, fire them over. No dramas. But it is not something that you're going to watch one video and everything's fixed. It can take time. It can take months to dig into it. Everybody's at different points of their journey and everybody may have a different thing they need to combat or deal with. However, if you stick at it, I'm very confident that you will get better and you'll see monumental growth. But I'm looking to scale and I'm also looking for more of a freedom aspect. I want to be able to do stuff, spend time with my kids, go out for lunches with the missus, go out with friends, do whatever I want and not be stuck at the charts. I took that trade walking to the train station yesterday and I hit TP eating a lovely Italian meal. That freedom, that's sick. I do not want to be a slave to the chart. No time limit firms, you legit have no pressure. They're not breathing down your neck saying, yo, so why have you not passed in 30 days? Do you want an extension? They're like, look mate, if it's going to take you 6 months to a year, sound. Take your time, enjoy yourself, let us know when you're ready. But you're going to be the problem because you're going to rush it. And I've asked them, I see the stats. People are still rushing because they're like, I want to get funded. I need that 400 grand now because I've got to pay for a new car. Or I've got to go on holiday. And ask yourself, right, if you were training to be a dentist or a lawyer or whatever it is in a high level, would you expect to pass that in a week or a month? And would you go and pay someone dodgy online? If someone reached out, right, let's do this, yeah? If someone reaches out to you now on Instagram and says, hey bro, so you want to be a doctor, how about I help you pass your exams? You just got to pay me a little bit. Would you do it? And if you said yes, you're an idiot. Because the fact you'd go, yeah, go on, mate, yeah. You get that validation of the certification, I'm a doctor. You go your first day into hospital or wherever you are, you don't know what you're doing. And you're doing the same thing in trading. You're asking someone to pass something for you because you believe that you can perform freaking heart surgery based on the fact that you've watched a video online. So then you attempt it, what happens? My man's dead because you can't do it. And it's the same in trading. You've watched a couple of videos, you've not worked on yourself in any way, shape or form, and you've literally gone, pass this for me, I've got it, oi babe, guess what, we're going to be rich. Margin call. Why? Because you don't know what you're doing and you haven't got the competence and you're not putting the work in because you're lazy as shit. You have got to understand that for you to get to where you want to get in this industry, you have got to put work in yourself and you've got to stop being lazy and you've got to ask questions and you've got to put your ego aside and you have got to at utmost do hard work. You have got to be prepared to have highs and lows and still go. You've got to be prepared to fail and you've got to fall in love with losing and lose well. There are so many things you're not told about on this journey because all you see is a monetary value. That is it. You can make serious money in this game. Let's not get it twisted. But if it was that easy, why are the stats how they are and why do most people not make money? Maybe you need to start looking at yourself and asking yourself, are you putting the money in the correct places? Because if you're just putting money into challenges or someone to pass it for you or for signals or whatever it is, it's not got any longevity and it shows you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, which we should now know doesn't work or exist in any industry. If you go on YouTube and you type in ways to make money, you will see the ridiculous amount of ways people say you can make money. However, it does not work. They just get paid a fat bag for advertising it. So ask yourself this, are you truly where you want to be? And how will you feel if you are in this same position in a year? That's the sort of question you need to sit with, journal with, and ask yourself what you could do differently to get to that next level. And if that means taking a step back and your ego and pride having a hit, I promise you long term you will thank yourself for doing it. But if you're not able to do that, you will hate yourself for not doing it because you'll then live with regret, and regret sucks. I'm not trying to be a dick, I'm not trying to be arrogant, I'm not trying to be any of this, but these are things I've learned. The whole point of me starting the channel was to share real life experience and help people in an industry that's full of absolute doo-doo. I would be doing myself a disservice if I didn't spread that message and if I didn't help you become better. But I can't do it for you. You have got to do it and take it on board. Again, if you're not in the Telegram, link in the description. I drop a lot of value in it. It's free. Twitter, value. It's free. YouTube, watch the videos. They're free. I'm not charging for this. It's free information. As always, if this video has helped you in any way, give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe if you haven't, share it around, spread the word. I hope you all have a great week. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace and love, gang.